Bellingham has returned to Birmingham City in the Project FC, but he doesn't come alone. Let's get into today's episode. Now, before we get into the return of Bellingham, the fixtures and the results since we were last here: we beat Middlesbrough 3-0, Sheffield United 4-1, Charlton 3-2, Cardiff 3-1, West Brom we beat them 4-1, Swansea. We're going to get onto the goals for this a little bit later on, but two of the best goals I've probably scored on Football Manager. Watford we beat them 1-0, Oxford United 3-2 victory, Sheffield Wednesday 2-0, Hull City 3-1. A very good run of form here, very good, but then we did lose 1-0 to Stoke City, 2-0 to Coventry, so we're not invincible in this game save. Bristol City we beat them 4-3, Hull 3-0, Leicester 4-0, and Plymouth 5-3. Yeah, Wayne Rooney, if he's in a job, I'll be very surprised. But I do kind of want to just go through the goals that we did score for the Swansea game. We conceded in the 95th minute to draw 2-2, but Napoleon Ramsas's free kick was absolutely sensational. And then we'll go through Tayan Bullett's fantastic goal from the right hand side as well. So Ramsas, that free kick was insane, 27 metres out. We then did concede an equaliser. Timon on the left hand side, squeezing past Mavogo, not very happy with that. Then Tayan Bullett here on the right hand side, shades of Seb Larsson. What a fantastic finish that is. And then, as I mentioned, 95th minute, our heart was broken as Ronald McDonald finds Lausic, and yeah, 2-2 against Swansea. How does that look with the table? We're looking very handsome at the top. 19 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses, a goal difference to 34, and 60 points on the board, 4 points ahead of Norwich. But more importantly, we're 11 points ahead of Leicester City. Now, only one out in the transfers, and that Dion Sanderson has gone to Coventry. 4.2 million for this guy. He hasn't played at all for us this season, so very rightly so that we have moved him on. We are paying £8,000 a week wages, but it was nice just to get him off of our wage bill and our transfer budget as well. Now, return of Bellingham. Jobe Bellingham has joined us from Sunderland. 21 million was spent on this guy with instalments as well. Now, the reason why I went this high with this transfer fee, we get 30% of any sale that was going to happen with Jobe. So in theory, we've paid 14 million for this guy. Very happy. He's not going to be playing as an attacking midfielder, probably not even as a midfielder normally. Defensive midfielder is where I'm looking to bring this guy in. He's come back to Birmingham City. He's improved. He's grown. He's on £31,000 a week. Leading EFL Championship player, potential Premier League standard as well. So very happy to bring in Jobe Bellingham. But he's not alone, and there has been Halsef Naipan has finally joined us, and in his first game he got 3 assists, 10 rating already. This guy is going to be an absolute superstar for us. Decent Premier League player already. Only just turned 18 years of age. Could improve a lot. We all know how good Naipan gets. Very happy to bring him into the squad. There are some more transfers that are going to be happening as well. Ethan Laird, a £30 million bid from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Too good to turn down, so we are going to be saying goodbye to Ethan Laird if he does choose to go. 10 assists in the Championship so far, 7.45 average rating. He's been fantastic, but I'm sure that we can find a replacement that is just as good. And one of those replacements, hopefully, is Takumi Nakamura, out of contract at the end of the season in Japan, so he'll be joining at the end of January. A very good replacement. The only thing that is kind of missing from this one is the crossing, and he's not as good as a complete wing back, so maybe a shuffle in our system. But if we sell Laird for 30 million and then get this guy in for free, very happy indeed. We have also got a transfer offer put in for Tayan Bullett to make the loan a permanent, 1.2 million. Again, could be a very good player. Played 8 games for us so far, 1 goal, 5 assists, 7.40 rating. The wing backs working very well. And as you can see from the transfers, Naipan come in, assistant report is a 4-star player, a B-, pleased us on the player of his calibre and importance. The squad is now overloaded with midfield orchestrators, and I think it is. We've got so many midfield options that we do need to kind of play around with our formation and who can play where. And then Joe Bellingham, a 3.5 star, but also a B- from a fan's reaction. We're unsure about his recent form, but he is going to be coming home to us. And today's episode, we are going to be facing Bournemouth in the FA Cup third round. This isn't the team we're going to go with. Ethan Laird, you're coming out. Tayan Bullock, we're going to put you in as our right back. Williamson, Moliero, Holm, Williamson, Naipan, Iwata, Cochrane, Newman, Clara, Bullitt and Cox. A lot of injuries have happened. You know what, Joe Bellingham? Let's actually get you in. Let's put you in. Not as an anchor. You know what? Yeah, we'll keep you as an anchor. We're going to replace you with Tomoki Iwata. And then we are going to put Iwata on the bench for Wasberg. Djukovic, we don't need you on the bench anymore. So Kwame Poku is going to be coming in as well. Can we do well against Bournemouth? I really hope we can. Let's find out. Bellingham, can we give you number 22? No, that would be comical, but no. Number 35 for yourself. Let's get into today's episode. Nice and quick. Can we beat Bournemouth? Can we go further than the third round? I mean, we had Manchester City in the League Cup this season. Last season, we lost to Luton Town in the third round as well. So if we can get one place further, not too bad form for Bournemouth. A couple of wins and a draw, but we have won the last 4 on the bounce. Hopefully that is enough to give our momentum into this game against quite a poor Bournemouth team looking at their form. In typical fashion, the first 10 minutes has gone. No highlights have been made, but 55% possession to ourselves as Odango crosses it in. Zabanyi has headed it just over the bar. Cox looked like he was equal to it, but the first highlight going to Bournemouth, and we are going to try and fire up the team. Looking at the other scores, Forest are beating Aston Villa, which is always nice for me to see. Williamson and Tayan Bullock, quick succession of bookings as well in the 23rd and the 27th minute. We're going to demand more again as Dango whips it in, headed clear by Wilhelmsen, but Holm losing out to Dango there. Max Aarons down the right hand side, giving it to Dango, who's having a lot of ball in this game as well. Dango is going to put the ball in. He is cleared away by ourselves, only to Tavernier though on the left hand side. Tavernier in, Newman heads it away. Wilhelmsen, that's a poor clearance, and Adams, Tyler Adams, tries it from distance but just wide of the post. Now Phil Newman, Wilhelmsen, these are players that we need to play more of in order to ensure that we do get a work permit for them. As Bullet down the right hand side, playing for a full-time contract, and it has just been cleared. Cochrane with the corner, whips it in. Clara can't get onto it. Holm puts it back into the box though. Naipan outside of the box. Is that the end of the highlight, or is there going to be something else here? Naipan down the left hand side, puts the ball in to Williamson. Important challenge. I was kind of hoping for a penalty there, if I am being honest. But Moliero with the ball. What is going to happen? Whips it in. Clara gets to it, but just bundled away. Naipan outside the box. Gives it to Moliero. Joe Bellingham from distance on his debut. Re-debut, I should say. Maybe tried to go for glory. As Cochrane finds it into Williamson. Back to Clara. I mean, we've started to grow into this game. Bullet down the right hand side, gets past his marker into the box, cleared away. Now this could be dangerous. Jovic, dangerous for ourselves. Williamson into Holm, and Holm has put it just wide of the post. That was our chance. I mean, no team has had a shot on target just yet, but we've had 4 shots, 2 Bournemouth's second shot of the game. And what do we kind of go with here? Do we pump our fists? You know what? We'll try and say to play it for the fans. Williamson on the booking. I don't like that. We're going to bring in Stansfield. And I quite like how everyone is playing, although Bullet, we are going to bring you off. I don't like fullbacks on bookings at all. So McNulty is going to be at the back of Clara. Newman as our complete one back on the right hand side. Bellingham, you haven't really got into the game very much, so we are going to put you in as a box-to-box midfielder. Naipan still on the right hand side as an advanced playmaker. Holm, that was a big chance that you did miss. But we're going to leave you on the pitch for the next 10 minutes or so. Let's see if we can do a little bit more into this game. We are going to demand more as well. But 54% possession, no shots on target. We have a higher XG of 0.42 to Bournemouth 0.07. and a booking for Stansfield 5 minutes after his introduction, and another booking there for Cochrane on the 59th minute. A very dirty team we are turning into here, but Cochrane gives it to McNulty, who's been fantastic as Bielik's replacement. Moliero into Holm, into the box, back to Moliero, hit the shot. It's gone just wide. I thought we was going to go 1-0 ahead here, and just like with the Manchester City game, we're holding our own against an established Premier League team. Holm down the left-hand side into Wilhelmsen, and it's 1-0. Don't know why I went German then, but Wilhelmsen has put us 1-0 up against Bournemouth on the 69th minute. Fantastic stuff. Holm driving on the left-hand side, putting the earlier miss out of his head into Wilhelmsen. Fantastic finish past Neto. Do we go balanced? I think we might as well just stick the way we are, as positive. We're going to demand more. We're going to make a couple of changes as well. So Clara on a booking. I mean, there is Iwata to bring in, but I don't really think he's up to standard, but we will bring him in anyway. Our players, they do look knackered. We're going to bring off Holm and bring Poku on as well as the second striker, with Stansfield as the advanced playmaker. And then Naipan, I mean, we can't spread him too thin. So we're going to bring in Leonard as well for himself. 78 minutes gone. Cochrane down the left-hand side, trying to get another demand more shout, but it can't be done. Odango, or Dango even, running, but Jaden Anthony does pick it up on the left-hand side. Newman holding him up well, but I'd like to see a tackle being put in. Not a tackle like that, and we've just conceded. That's so frustrating. Max Aarons. Or is it Odango? I don't know. Odango's celebrating here. Let's have a look. Jaden Anthony down the left-hand side. I mean, Newman could have done better there. It was Dango. Dango unchained, and he's put the ball in the back of the net against us. With our players looking tired, I don't know if we can make it up to extra time, but Moliero down the left-hand side into McNulty. Driving forward, gives it to Newman on the right. Can a ball be put in? I mean, he's done his marker there, and it's gone in. Stansfield 2-1. Fantastic quick response to that Bournemouth goal. Pretty much from kickoff, but you know, Newman down the right hand side. We will drop it slightly to a balance, but Newman fantastically puts the ball into the box, and Stansfield taps it into an empty net. It's making me feel now, do we need to replace Laird if we can just put Newman or Zivkovic on the right hand side? With 5 minutes left to play, we're not going to touch anything. We're going to stay unbalanced. We're not going to make any instructions. We're going to hopefully see this out. 7 minutes of added time. Are you joking, game? But it's 2 minutes left. Ring the final whistle. Ring the whistle. Blow the whistle. We've beaten Premier League Bournemouth 2-1. Fantastic stuff. We're into the 4th round of the FA Cup. And the news I was kind of expecting, maybe dreading, £30 million bid for Ethan Laird is going to be finalised. The board have agreed £22.5 million is going to be going into our transfer kitty. £7.5 million going to Manchester United as well. Now we have also got Mioni Pafundi, anyone? My absolute favourite player on Football Manager. I don't think I can justify the wages for him. I think we could get him for like £9 million as well, which, oh, it's one of those. It's one of those. I'm looking at different players to come in. I mean, Ethan Laird is on £75,000 a week at Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Championship. If we look at the Championship as well, I mean, Wolverhampton Wanderers are 15 points behind us. Yeah, I really hope that Laird isn't the reason why we've been winning all these games. But it's very, very interesting. And we have got the FA Cup 4th round draw today. So we are going to view the draw. Let's start the draw. Let's see who we are going to face in the next round. Fulham or Arsenal versus Swansea, Coventry Barnet. Against Birmingham City, we could potentially go through, although we did lose 2-0 to Coventry in the league. But if Barnet beat Coventry, a good chance we can go through to the 5th round. Can we end the draw now? Advance to the end. There we go. Coventry versus Barnet. At least we now know what game we are going to be coming back for on the next episode. See you there for an FA Cup run, hopefully, which doesn't stop in the next round.